everyone. This is Vijayasri, working as an assistant professor, Department of CSIT, MLR Institute of Technology. In today's session, we'll discuss about files in C, overview of the session, introduction to file, types of files, different modes of files, file handling functions in C. So, introduction to files. What is a file? A file is used to store user data on a computer. In other words, computer stores the data using a files. File is a collection of data that's stored on a secondary memory like a hard disk of a computer. Hard disk of a computer, let us suppose this is the hard disk. Now I am working on some Word document or a text document. Now this is the RAM memory. So here I have executed a C program, let us suppose. So .c file. Now .c sum.c. This is a file of C file. File name is sum.c. If I want to store this file, if I want to save this file, so when I saved this file, this will be stored in hard disk. So here we have a file name called sum.c. After that, this is a temporary memory. RAM memory is a temporary memory. Once we are done with this memory, it will get freed. So if I want to access the files which are present in the hard disk, which are stored on secondary memory like hard disk, we need a file pointer. If I want to work on the files which are stored in a secondary memory, we need a file pointer. To fetch these files, we need a file pointer, and that particular file will be loaded in the RAM memory. So we'll work on this like if I want to add any text, like suppose in that file, consider a text file. Text file, suppose here some reverse.txt. This is a text file. I'm fetching this file. Using a file pointer. Now suppose in this MLR80 I have a text called MLR80. If I want to add some more text to that, like MLR80 student. To do this, we need that particular text file. To fetch that file, we need a file pointer. Then by using a different modes, like already I have a data in it. If I want to add to the existing data, we have a different modes of files like read mode, write mode, append mode. All this we'll discuss all the modes of the files. So file is a collection of data that are stored in the secondary memory like hard disk of a computer. So C programming language supports two types of files. Text file, which are also called ASCII files, binary files. Text files, text files contains ASCII codes of data like digits, alphabets, symbols is called text file or ASCII file. Like whatever here I consider one text file, txt, like file 1. File name is file1.txt. In this I have MLR80, suppose. So every alphabet, every character is converted into its specific ASCII value, which is understandable by the compiler. So C language supports two types of files, text file or a ASCII file. Then binary files. These files contains a form of bytes, that is 0 or 1, is called a binary file. Generally, the binary files are the compiled version of the text file, because every C code is converted into mission language. So .c file, whatever the program we are writing, that is converted into mission understandable language, that is binary language, zeros and ones. So it supports two types of files, text file and binary files. Different modes that we can use on files are read mode, write mode, append, R place, W place, A place. So R opens a text file in reading mode. Like to fetch a file, we need a file pointer. because the files are stored in a hard disk. So it is stored in a memory, so that we need a pointer. So pointer is having a property to store the address. So we need a file pointer to fetch the file. Let us suppose file1.txt. If I want to open this particular file in a read mode, I want to read that particular file, then the mode used here is R. Then if I want to write something into this text file, so we have to use W mode, writing mode. Then append mode, like already some text is present in it, like CSC. If I want to add some more text to the existing data, so we have to use the append mode. Then R plus opens a text in both reading and writing mode. So this mode will opens this particular file in both reading and writing modes. Then W plus opens a text file in both reading and writing modes. It sets the cursor position to the beginning of the file if it exists. Then A plus opens a text file in both reading and writing mode. The reading operation is performed from the beginning and the writing operation is performed at the end. So in W plus, it opens both reading and writing mode, but sets the cursor to the beginning of the file if it exists. But coming to A plus, it also using this mode, we can open this particular file using both reading and writing mode, but reading will performed from the beginning of the file and writing will be performed end of the file. If I want, and we have some more modes called RB, WB, modes on files, AB. So this will operate on a binary files. So RB will open a binary file which is in a reading mode. WB, it will open a binary file which is in a writing mode. Then append mode. Then RB plus, these are the modes of files which can work on a binary files. That's why it is RB, WB, AB, RB plus, WB plus. That means it open both reading and writing mode, but writing will happen, and AB plus. So this is also reading and writing mode, which we work on the binary files, when we work on the binary files. File handling functions. So the file handling functions are, first we have to open a file which we want to perform or reading or a writing operation on that particular file, like file1.txt. Here I consider a text file. If I want to perform a reading or a writing operation, first we have to open a file if the file is exist, or it creates a file using a fopen function. So here we have a predefined function or a method called fopen, which is used to create a new file, or open an existing file. In which mode you want to open that file? Just you want to read the data in that file, so you can go with the read mode, or if you want to write anything in it, so we can go with the writing mode. Next, reading data from a file. Next is reading data from a file and writing data into a file. We have different predefined functions which can go with the reading operations and writing operations. Then closing a file, we have to use a function called fclose. Once we are done with that particular file, using our fclose function, we can close that file. Creating or opening a file. So to create a new file or open an existing file, we need to create a file pointer first of that file type. So already I told you, if I want to fetch this particular file, we need a file pointer. We need a pointer which is of that file type. Then, so file, so pointer must be of type file. file f underscore ptr is a pointer name of that file. Then, so I'm opening that file name is here abc.txt, which is in writing mode. So to close a file, we have to use a predefined function called fclose. Whatever the file pointer created here is, so to close, we have to use a function called fclose, then the file pointer. Thank you.